one of the people who will come knocking at your door for Anthony Davis is Danny Ainge. And this is someone who, frankly, has a lot of other GMs' heads on his wall of guys that he has convinced into very uneven trades. Kevin McHale, we know how that went. Billy King, we know how that went. Brian Colangelo, we know how that went. Kobe Altman, we saw how that went. You were joking to me back about your relationship with Ainge and the fact that you know him maybe better than some of those other guys. Can you please tell America how you first came into contact with Danny and the sort of relationship between the two of you?
Yeah, so this is something that's kind of funny, but I was Danny's video guy, was his assistant video guy actually, when Danny was the head coach in Phoenix. And he was a person, I think, that had a really big impact upon my ability to actually get into scouting in the first place, because he was giving me far more credit than I deserved for the players that I was, quote, finding on videotape. It was deck to deck back then, so it was a lot of work and it was a grind. And I think Danny appreciated the grind that I had and really was a huge part, I think, in me being able to move up and onward in the front office the way I did. He called me freak. He still calls me freak. We make fun of each other rather often. His nickname in our building was known to all as well. And I think ultimately when you get to the point where you know each other as well as we do, he's not going to pull much. He's not going to pull much over on me anyway, from that standpoint. Yeah.
I mean, do you have to have, when you look at his track record, do you have to sort of think through holding him to a different standard than you would, or having a different mindset as you go into a trading conversation with him? Or do you feel like it's just like anyone else in the league?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think to some degree you're mindful of what his tact is, right? I mean, you're very mindful if you're doing this right. You're very aware of what everyone's tact is and the negotiating tactics and ploys that somebody might utilize. You're going to be aware of that. Mm-hmm. Danny's not unique in that way that he's got a very specific style. What makes the situation with Danny unique is we have the kind of relationship where we can really call each other on all that nonsense and just sort of, this is what it looks like. And I think because we have that ability, it makes any conversation we would have along the way a fruitful one, and I really don't anticipate anything happening anytime in the near term, but I appreciate kind of the spirit of the question for sure. Absolutely.
Well, Richard's going to be asking you offline what that nickname was, or maybe on camera. I don't know. But we appreciate you joining us.
I'm sorry. It's far too many people I would have to kill. I'm sorry.
Thanks so much, Griff. I especially liked having you on with the two of these guys next to me. Wish me luck, because I have to be on for another segment with them. I don't know if I'm going to make it through. Wishing you luck with the Pelicans.
I apologize, Rachel.
I know.
I didn't have enough time, apparently, with them to do a better job
I know.
to put them in the right space for you.
Thank you. It's good to see you.